Tex-Ass Hold'em. Anal Brats 21. First time anal sex erotica. Written by Kimmy Welsh. Narrated by Kline. Tex-Ass Hold'em. Anal Brats 21. First time anal sex erotica. "All in," said Alistair McGeary, and he pushed his chips to the center of the table. Around us, the onlookers mumbled, many of which had been knocked out of the private game by the very same person who was now pushing in all his chips. "Call," I said calmly, and I met his bet with a sizable stack of my own. The dealer matched my stack with McGeary's and handed me back a small amount of chips. This was it. Losing would leave me finished, with no hope of catching up. The other man at the table had already folded, so it was up to McGeary and me to turn over our cards. "Ladies first," he said, nodding to me. I flipped over the cards and set them on the table. The men around leaned over and looked down on 2 kings. "Not bad," McGeary said, and he turned over a pair of aces. I closed my eyes and let out a breath. I'd needed luck on my side for sure. The dealer laid down the first 3 cards, and everyone leaned in for a closer look. Nothing to help either of us. McGeary was still in front. The 4th card landed in the same manner. My shoulders dropped, and I started to sit back in my chair, resigned to defeat. I'd done well to make it this far in a group of 12 of the richest guys in New York. I'd represented the women well. "Good luck," I told McGeary. He looked at me with a wry smile. "You don't need luck when you have skill." The dealer turned the last card over. I didn't look to it. Instead, I focused on McGeary's face and watched that shit-eating grin disappear from it. "King of clubs," the dealer announced. "Ms. Byfield is the winner." I sat forward and looked down to confirm it. McGeary had thrown his cards into the middle of the table and was letting out a stream of curses. I beamed wide as the chips got pushed in my direction. McGeary couldn't even look at me. He was already grabbing his coat and rounding up his goons. "Who needs skill when you have luck?" I giggled. He shot me a stern look. "I'll win it all back and more if you have the guts to turn up here again." "I do," I smiled. He let out a grunt and made for the exit, with 2 of his cronies in tow. The remaining guys moved in closer for the head-to-head. It was just me and Mr. Charles, but I had a sizable stack.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?